Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again. Here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing my video review for the very first episode of Low Winter Sun. This one is for Season 1, Episode 1, the premiere, which is called Pilot. Okay, so a few people have asked me what my thoughts are on the series, since it is an AMC show. Started tonight, along with the Season 5, Episode 9 premiere for this summer's Breaking Bad. So this one, very first episode, new show, new series, maybe AMC trying to fill the gap because Breaking Bad is ending, so, you know, trying to get some other shows started. I mean, they're always starting new shows, but it really feels like because it's starting just as Breaking Bad is kind of ending, that they may be trying to fill in that hole left by Breaking Bad once it finally ends. That being said, my review will contain minor spoilers for the premiere episode, although, again, it's a premiere, so, you know, in terms of what I'm going to spoil, well, just the plot of the premiere. But obviously there's no build-ups from previous episodes to do like a big finale or character death or something of the sort. That being said, though, I do like the style of this show. It's really dark, and it's really the visuals of the sun coming in certain scenes, and in the intro when you have Frank and he's walking out towards opening a door, and it's kind of shining in through. The environment for Detroit is very, very cool. How run down it is. They actually filmed this in Detroit too, by the way, which is really cool because I've actually been there before, and it's the place is a disaster area, so it makes for a really cool filming location. In a lot of ways, it looks more like a zombie apocalypse than some of the filming spots for The Walking Dead. Detroit is absolutely. It's a devastated city. If you guys don't know about Detroit, I believe a month ago they actually went completely bankrupt. Detroit has actually filed bankruptcy. It's probably the worst city to live in the United States. And if it wasn't before, now that the state is bankrupt, or the government in Detroit is bankrupt, it is probably the worst place you want to live in all of the United States. The population every year in the last, 30 or 40 years in Detroit has just gone down. People are just getting the hell out of Detroit. The population used to be almost 2 million, and now it's like 700,000. So, you know, more than half of the people have gotten the hell out of Detroit because it's such a disaster area, from the riots and the burned buildings and everything. It's one of the worst places in North America, if not the worst. So it's kind of cool to see a show based in that area, so we get to see some of the visuals of the environment. It's something that I can't think of many shows like this are usually filmed in LA or New York or one of these other places, maybe Chicago, but this is the first one I can remember seeing in Detroit. So that's definitely a feather in the cap for this show, and I think it's a really cool idea. Now, premise for the show, or basic concept, is essentially we have two police officer detectives, or police officer, well, I think they're detectives. One of them, they're both, I think one of them is homicide, and he does like your forensic work after there's a murder or whatever the case may be. And his name is, Frank Agnew, played by Mark Strong, who has been in tons of different movies and stuff. I remember him most recently from Kick-Ass. He was in Kick-Ass. He played the evil mob boss dad. So he's an actor who, seen him in tons of stuff. He's a great actor, and he does a really good job. So he's in this. And even better is that, and the reason why I kind of checked out the show, Lennie James is main character in this one. If you guys remember him from The Walking Dead, he plays Morgan from The Walking Dead. So it's cool to see him in getting his own series. I mean, he's been in a lot of movies and different shows, like stuff like that, but this is a pretty big show, and that he is one of your absolute main characters in it, one of your A-listers, which is really cool to see. It won't be a Morgan type thing where he, isn't in most of the episodes and shows up once in a while. No, this is like his show, him and Mark. So the two of them. So he plays Joe Gittes, Frank and Joe. So there you go. And there's a good number of other characters too that we're just starting to get to know. But these two are really your two central core characters at this time. Basically, they've become essentially dirty cops or dirty detectives. In that one of the other detectives who was there, or one of the other police people that was there, policemen, became essentially over time in Detroit a monster. The guy became like as dirty as a cop can be, power hungry, all of those types of bad things when you think about a dirty cop, this guy was. So he was such a monster and such just terrorizing people and doing all kinds of things that Frank and Joe, especially Joe mostly, kind of talked Frank into it, decided that that's it, we got to get rid of this guy. So they get him real drunk and they end up killing him. Now, of course, they're cops, so they know everything to do so that they won't get caught afterwards. And then actually the funny thing is once this dirty cop is found dead the next day or within the next couple days, I believe it's the next day, but it seems that way, they're actually the ones to go there, and part of the police team that goes there, they're part of that, and they're actually, Frank is the one who actually inspects it. So he's like inspecting his own work, inspecting himself. So it covers itself up really nicely. Now, I think that's interesting because it's like, now that they've done this, they've done something that's wrong to stop someone who is wrong. Or just became this monster, so to speak. So, it brings that darker side, to the story, and because all the AMC shows are mostly dark. You got to have that dark edge to it, Same with Breaking Bad, high school chemistry teacher, boom, where's the edge to it? Oh, we got to put an edge on. He's gonna sell crystal meth because he's got cancer. So or oh, here's a show, we're gonna have zombies. There you go, it's The Walking Dead. It's dark. So this one's kind of got that too, and I love dark shows. So for me, I mean, dirty cops, drama and murder, and in the worst place in North America, pretty much. Great scenery, great look to it, and pretty good dialogue throughout the episode. It does definitely look like it has the potential to be a great series. In terms of the other characters and stuff, we're just getting to know them. So a lot of them don't have enough time for me to really analyze or go into a lot of detail on. So in terms of this review, I'm going to keep it very general. The police chief I thought was pretty cool. Again, I'm still learning the names and all that stuff. You have the other characters who are kind of involved in the crime side of things, so we're getting to know them too. And I'm sure we're going to see lots of territorial gang violence and things like that. And then our dirty cops are going to probably be there to stop them. I'm sure there'll be lots of character deaths in the series and things of that nature. I believe it is 10 episodes the first season, I think. I think so, but I guess I'd have to look that up more in detail. But I liked the premiere. I thought it was pretty damn good to see Lennie James again, of course, acting. I mean, he's a great actor, and so is Mark Strong. So those two characters fascinate me. Can't wait to see what will happen with them in the near future in the series. And just where they're going to go from here with things. I think it's got all the elements it needs to be a successful series. The only criticism I have in this episode, for me personally, in the premiere, is that it is fairly slow to start. I mean, it's really exciting when you see those two kill off that other dirty cop. But then afterwards, we get into internal affairs. Shows up the next day to investigate, that particular cop that they had killed, because they kind of had word that he was dirty. And, so they were going to investigate him anyway, and then they find the body, and it seems that he committed suicide because the way those two set up the, killed him and everything like that, really smooth and really made it look legit that he had committed suicide. In addition to that, you've got, like I said, the drug dealers that are starting to maybe have a war pretty soon, and they're kind of tied in with the cops a little bit, and you've got these connections in the story and everything. So I think that's about as in-depth as I want to get for this one, because again, it's just starting off, and I was watching it fairly casually. I was not, doing my regular. I mean, I already reviewed Breaking Bad tonight, so I'm a little bit tired to be making very detailed notes and stuff. I don't always do that. So anyway, in terms of a score for this one, I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10. I thought it was above average. It was good. It wasn't absolutely mind-blowing. It wasn't something where it was like, oh my God, I can't wait to see the next episode. I hope the series does well and all that kind of stuff. I mean, for me, I'm kind of like, okay, I see it is exciting and it is interesting to see these types of characters, to see Lennie James and all these things. I really want to see where they're going from here, because even though there was a lot of good things about the premiere, there was also some slow parts too that it was kind of starting to lose me on, depending. Now, it could just be because I'm tired, but yeah. So I'm going to give it a 7.5, like I said. Can I recommend it to people who have not seen it? I mean, I guess so, I can, you know. Obviously, I would say if it comes down to this or Breaking Bad, go watch Breaking Bad. But I think it has potential to be a good series. So we'll see where it goes in the future. And I'm not going to be reviewing it week to week, I don't think. We'll see how much interest there is for people there and people that want to see reviews on it and that kind of stuff and hear my thoughts on it. So let me know what you guys thought about the premiere if you saw it. If you haven't seen it, let me know what you think about the prospect, and feel free to check it out on AMC or try to find it on the internet, because you can see it on certain sites. And yeah, I mean, I'm going to check out next week's episode, but I can't say if I'm going to review it or not. I got to see how much interest there is and stuff like that first. So anyway, I thought I'd throw up a quick little review for the premiere episode. Pretty damn good show. I hope it keeps form, and maybe we get to see some cool character deaths and great character development, and we'll take it from there. So anyway, I'll call it here. That's it for this video, guys. I'll see you for the next one. This is Trev, and I'll say peace.